Hey budget gardeners, Vita Loca here. Join me today as we talk about sedum propagation. So let's go. The best way to increase your stock in any plant in your garden is through propagation. When it comes to sedum, I absolutely love that plant. I have a bunch of it in my garden. In some cases, I have lots that I can easily divide. In other cases, I don't have many, so division is not a possibility. And if division is not a possibility, there are other ways you can propagate the plant. So for example, let's say you see a sedum in someone else's garden and you can't divide it. You can always take cuttings from it. So in this video, I'm going to go over the different ways you can propagate the plant and what are the pros and cons of each way. Plant speed. When you divide sedum, it's instant gratification. You basically have turned one plant into two plants or multiple plants. However, when you take cuttings, it's a waiting game. Your cuttings may not produce roots for 2 to 4 weeks, but still, I think it's well worth the effort. Yield scale. If you have a very small sedum that you're trying to divide, your yield could potentially be small. You might only have one plant and then you split it and now you have two plants. However, when you take cuttings, you may have a much higher yield because you can take a lot of cuttings off of just a single plant. Timing. Timing is very important if you're dividing your plant or if you're taking cuttings. So let's talk a little bit more about that. Even though you can technically divide your sedum any time of the year, the best time to divide your sedum is really in the early spring months. And you would be doing that just as new growth is starting to break through the soil surface. The plant is just waking up at that time, so you're putting the least amount of shock on that plant's root system. I definitely would not suggest dividing sedum during the summer months or when they're blooming. The plant is actively growing and you risk killing your plant if you're going to be doing it during that time of year. Timing is also important if you're taking cuttings. You usually want to do that late spring to early summer months. You usually want to wait until your plants are about 4 to 6 inches in height. As soon as the sedums start to form their flower buds, you've probably missed a window to take the cuttings. It doesn't mean you can't take it, but I would say early July in the northern hemisphere is probably as late as you want to take your cuttings. And if there are flower buds forming, you want to make sure you remove those flower buds because you want the cuttings to put their energy into root development and not supporting those flowers. So now let's talk about how to divide sedum. Use a large shovel and dig a few inches away from the base of your sedum plant. Make sure you dig all the way around the plant. And then go ahead and lift the plant out of the ground. You can continue to use the shovel or you can use something like a hand pruning saw. And then go ahead and look for natural places where you can make your divisions or your cuts. Slice cleanly through the roots and make sure that each division has at least 1 or 2 stems on the top as well as some roots at the bottom. And then go ahead and replant your divisions at the same depth that they were when you dug up the plant, and make sure you also give the plants water after you divide them. Now let's talk about cuttings. Select a healthy, non-flowering stem, and if it is flowering, remove the flowers or the flower buds. Make sure that your cutting is about 3 to 5 inches long. Use hand pruners, a knife, or something sharp and cut just below a set of leaves. Gently strip off about 2 inches of the leaves from the bottom of your cutting, but be sure to leave at least 2 if not 3 sets of leaves on the top of your cutting. Now, I've never done it, but I've heard some people have taken those leaves that they stripped off and they were able to propagate their sedum with those leaves. You can always research that as well. And now there are 2 ways you can propagate your sedum cuttings. You can either propagate them in water or in soil. If you're going to propagate them in water, make sure there are no leaves in the water. Also, change out your water every 1 to 2 days. Keep the glass or jar of water with your cuttings somewhere where they're going to get bright, filtered light. You don't want to put them in direct sunlight. The roots should form within 7 to 10 days. Now, if you used a clear glass to put your cuttings in, what's nice is you can actually see the roots forming. But one of the things to keep in mind is the roots that get formed are very fragile, they're very tender, so you just want to make sure you're careful when it comes time to taking them out of the water and into soil. If you notice that the stems are turning black, that means that the plant is rotting. It's very important to be changing that water in order to keep things nice and fresh. Another way you can propagate your cuttings is in soil. Get a pot and make sure that it has drainage holes in the bottom of it. Then fill it with some sort of well-draining potting mix. Use something to make a hole that you're going to put your cutting into. I like to just use the back of a pen. Take your cutting, place it in the hole, make sure there are no leaves inside of that hole, and then go ahead and press firmly so it stands upright. Don't water it for the first 3 days, and after that you can go ahead and mist it lightly every 1 to 2 days. To propagate your cuttings in soil, it will take a little bit longer than if you propagated them in water. It might take anywhere from 2 to 4 weeks for those roots to form. What I like about this method is that the roots that get formed are stronger than the roots that get formed in water. But what I don't like about this process compared to propagation in water is that you're not seeing the roots forming. It's basically under the soil and you just have to trust the process. And after a number of weeks, the only way to really check to see if the roots have formed is to tug on your cutting. And if you tug and there's resistance, then there's a very good likelihood that the roots have started to form. The likelihood of the cuttings rotting when you propagate in soil is higher than if you propagate in water. And the reason is the soil could be very soggy and wet, or the soil could have dried out. Another reason is you chose a soil that lacked any sort of drainage. So it's just important to make sure that your soil is well draining, and then you should be fine. I hope you found this video helpful. I really enjoyed the process of propagating my sedum this year, and that's why I wanted to make this video, just to share with you that it's something that you can try in your own garden. Let me know in the comments if you've ever propagated sedum, and if so, what is your favorite method for doing it? And until the next video, make it a great day with gardening.